Physical properties of metals. Metals are malleable, ductile, shiny, strong, heavy, sonorous, and good conductors of heat and electricity. Metal do exist in two physical states, solids and liquid. Mercury is the only metal which do exist in liquid state at the room temperature. The most abundant metal in the Earth's crust is aluminium, which constitutes about 7% of the Earth's crust. The second most abundant metal in the Earth's crust is iron, which constitutes about 4% of the Earth's crust. Metals are the elements which form positive ions by losing or donating electrons. Aluminium is a metal which form positively charged aluminium ions Al3 positive by losing 3 electrons. Malleability is a property due to which metals can be converted into thin sheets on hammering, like conversion to silver foil, aluminium foil, etc. Ductility is a property due to which metals can be drawn into thin wires like copper wire, gold wire, and iron wire. The property of metals of being sonorous is called sonority. It is the property of metals that are used for making bells, strings, wires of the musical instruments like sitar or violin. The property of metals of having shiny surface is called the metallic lusters. The metal lose their shine or brightness on keeping in air for a long period of time, and they acquire a dull appearance due to the formation of thin layer of oxide, carbonates, and sulfide on their surface. There are 115 chemical elements known to present. On the basis of their properties, the elements can be divided into two main groups, metals and non-metals, which are used in daily life. Metals are generally a good conductor of electricity as they allow the electric current to pass through them due to the presence of the free electron. Silver is the best conductor of electricity. Aluminium, copper, metals are also used as the conductors for the conduction of electricity. Metals are a good conductor of electricity because they contain free electrons. The free electrons can move easily through the metals and conduct the electric current. Thus, electrical conductivity is another characteristic property of the metals. Hence, electric wires are made up of copper and aluminium because they are good conductors of electricity. Mercury, the only metal that exists in liquid state at the room temperature. Mercury is toxic for us as it is a heavy metal that easily crosses biological membranes like blood-brain barrier and causes neurological damage like memory loss, vision or hearing problems, renal failure, motor dysfunctions, and cardiovascular diseases. Generally, metals have high densities except sodium and potassium metals which have the low density. The density of iron is 10.8 gram per centimeter cube. Density of sodium is 0.97 gram per centimeter cube and potassium is 0.86 gram per centimeter cube. Metals are the good conductor of heat as they allow the heat to pass through them. Silver is the best conductor of heat. Cooking utensils, water boilers, etc. are made up of the copper aluminium metals because they are the good conductor of the heat. The poorest conductor of the heat among the metal is lead. Mercury metal is also poor conductor of heat. Metals generally have high melting and boiling points except sodium, potassium, cesium and gallium. Melting point of iron is 1535 degrees Celsius, copper is 1083 degrees Celsius, sodium has 98 degrees Celsius, potassium has 64 degrees Celsius. Moreover, gallium and cesium starts melting in hands only. Metals are generally strong as they hold large weights without breaking. Iron metal is very strong, hence it is used for making buildings, bridges, railway lines, machines, etc. Whereas the sodium and potassium metals are known as soft metals. Metals generally have high melting and boiling points except sodium, potassium, cesium and gallium. Melting point of iron is 1535 degrees Celsius, copper is 1083 degrees Celsius, sodium has 98 degrees Celsius, potassium has 64 degrees Celsius. Moreover, gallium and cesium starts melting in hands only. When a metal is heated, its atoms gain energy and vibrate more vigorously. This energy is transferred to the electrons present in the atom. These electrons can vibrate through the metal. When the energetic electrons move through the metal, they transfer energy to the other electrons and the atoms of the metal. In this way, the heat is conducted from one end of the metal to the another end. Thus, heat conductivity or thermal conductivity is the characteristic property of the metals. Most of metals are hard, but all the metals are not equally hard. The hardness varies from metal to metal. Most of the metal like iron, copper, aluminium are very hard, but sodium, potassium are the soft metals which can be easily cut with the help of knife.